You're watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
Check, check. Hello, everybody. Here we are at Toledo, where Detroit City just got a massive W. What?
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
Detroit City needed to do at least one thing tonight out of the two. Well, let's just say they didn't lose, so that's a good thing.
That's very good.
Although, as we can see from the highlights, I mean, they had their chances, and then I had this gut feeling. That they were going to play this game. They were going to end up playing next Sunday.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock.
That's during the Lions season.
That's during the Lions-Vikings game.
Because they announced it during that the winner of this game would face on Charleston next Sunday at 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell am I going to do this? You know, that's during my Lions time. But then again, it'll be City first, obviously.
Do 2 games at once.
Yeah, it'll be City first, obviously. But because even Neil Rule will tell you the Vikings are a crap team. Anywho,
They may start JJ McCarthy, just to let you know, but the game in Detroit, in Tampa, was something, and you got the highlights from the shot to the block. And what happened?
I do. I got some of the highlights here, and let's get the goal highlights, especially here. So we're gonna go to here. Let's go here. Let's go to the first goal. 58th minute of play here, Detroit City. As Isaiah.
Alexei Lafayette, magnificent feet. The goalie didn't see it coming. Zoom on by. 1-zip. We're feeling good.
Yes, we are.
In the neighborhood.
Oh my God, we are feeling good. Everybody's in a good mood. I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to scramble my plans for Sunday. And then came, you gotta be, like I said, you gotta be wary of the Tampa Bay Rowdies at this point. You really gotta be wary. And Wubens Pacius equalizes in the 81st minute of play.
And it was tied 1-1. The city clubhouse where I am right now went deflated.
Yes, and they were ecstatic at LA for a full. But, I mean, for Tampa Bay at that point, that was just one goal.
Yeah,
They
you're right.
needed at least 3.
They had to win. Yeah, the stipulation for Tampa Bay, they had to win by more than 1. If they lose by 1 or draw, that was it.
And that was all she wrote for them. Played 6 minutes of stoppage time and pretty much to no avail. I mean, both teams.
Both teams were trying to go after yards, especially Detroit City, trying to recapitulate their lead, but couldn't do it.
Yeah. And Neil Rule said on the broadcast, beware, and they were saying beware of Tampa Bay because I wouldn't say evil things, magic things can happen at Al Lane Stadium. Almost did for them tonight, and had a few nervous Nellies going down the clubhouse, going on at the clubhouse tonight. And
yeah, you're right. You're right. They were a lot nervous, hoping the goal would not go in. Sometimes they got lucky, but oh my.
Yeah, and that wind was playing a factor tonight too. There was like one ball that I noticed. I mean, before the LaFleur goal, that thing sailed. That thing sailed quite a bit. I'd say way off in the wind. Way off in the wind there.
The forecast called for wind gusting from 18 to 20 miles per hour. I think we got lucky with the first goal because of the wind, but
yeah.
But
well, this is the one right here,
52nd
or 53rd minute. That was Evan Marie or Paul Marie blasting this
Uh-huh.
one. Yeah, and that one just sailed, which would be over the fence at the old LA baseball stadium, but I digress. But yeah, the wind did play a factor tonight, especially on that end. The wind was going back and forth, but if you were getting towards the end where the grandstand is, I mean, and that's when, like I said, Isaiah bombed that one and put it into the back of the net, and you know that was the thing of Detroit. So we knew it was going to be a gritty match from the get go because both teams, I mean, physically, I mean, left and right, were just we're just pounding on each other.
And that means one thing. Detroit City have one foot in the door. Tampa Bay, done. We can't move up anymore. We're going to, whoever wins either Orange County, Indy, or Detroit, we'll get the 8th seed against Louisville in the Alpha Warner known as Lynn Family Stadium. But as we were recording it, we're 2 points up. And don't forget, Indy 11 based on Orange County.
We usually do this segment. We save it for the musings, but in this case, we will save it for now. The obituary by one Steve Palyasevic.
I go to the weakest link dramatized. I don't know where you want me to. Okay, you can put the logo up there. Yes, Tampa Bay. This was your 50th anniversary. You survive everything from the original NASL to the second coming of the NHL to not the NHL, NASL. Excuse me, my mind slipped. And to USLC. You have been a proven player, but you got out to a horrible start, never recover. You tried to regain that lovely magic, trying to find some magic dust, but unfortunately, there was none to be had. And there was none to have at your last stand against Detroit City, which ended up with a draw. Tampa Bay, we honor your great legacy, 50 years, including the original face of Maradi March, who's on the logo, but unfortunately, their time run out, and because of that, with 35 or 36 points, you all the way to Link. Goodbye.
Yeah, Dom Cassiato couldn't save their asses at all. They really couldn't save their asses, and it turned out it ended up being the first time. It's been a first time in a while that Tampa Bay is not participating in the USL playoffs. So it's
the playoffs, unbelievable. From finalists, when the first time I started following the league back in
they won the Players' Shield that year too.
2020. Remember, they went to the finals.
And yeah,
they didn't have their goaltender, former Detroit City FC, Evan Longargo. He was injured during the celebration. They had to rely on backup goaltender, and it cost them in the end. Playoff entry denied.
And guess who's playing Indy 11 tonight?
Orange County.
Those champions from 2021.
Yes, Orange County. How ironic.
Interesting.
And now, before we go to around the sea, just remember the situation now. Orange County must win, eliminate Tampa Bay, or Tampa Bay, not Tampa Bay, Indy 11, or an Indy 11 draw. We're in. Anything other than a win by Indy 11, first time since we entered the championship, our playoff entry denied.
Let's find out how this is going down, and we'll analyze it when we get back from around the sea. Let's see how things went down in Orange County tonight when we go around the sea.
Orange County, all whipped into the 18 once more. Pulled by Haggard again, lifted in, back post delivery. The header's on, and they've broken through. Perfectly placed ball to the back post. And there was Leninovic to break the deadlock. Just look at what it means to Danny Stone. Hope of Ayevu of Phoenix and Juan Torres of Charleston for the golden playmaker. That's whipped into the 6. One back once more by Aiden Quinn, turning defense into attack. Back post, knocked down, and Williams has leveled. Quinn insisting on the service, and Romario Williams ties it up. His knockdown. Look out as Orange County still looking for the game winner, and there they have it. In the 91st minute, Silla off the bench with the would-be game winner. It's an exclamation mark of a goal for Silla. They were already headed to the postseason with Lexington's result, but this will send them through in style. 12 paces out from tying for the top scorer. Jennings puts it away, tucked away neatly. Charleston Battery retake the lead, and it's goal number 17 on the season for Cal Jennings with a share of the Golden Boot.
And few for them. Perez, good ball, bending in, and they score! They've had their chances, and Olex Anderson on a set piece scores his 5th goal of the season. North Carolina with the advantage.
Allowing many goal scoring opportunities. If the conversation before the game was, hey, let's be as defensively concrete as we can, continue to focus on that objective.
McFadden throws it in. Goodrum denied the first time. He will not be denied the second. Lou City's top scorer bags his 13th and puts the boys in purple in front 1-0.
Coming in from a playoffs perspective, and a lot to play for both of these teams, and the switchbacks.
Ball to the far post, headed back by Deleu, and a stooping error, and a goal from El Metcalf. Well, Deleu did really well to head it back across goal, and Khalil El Metcalf gets his 6th of the season. There's no stopping FC Tulsa at the moment. It's FC Tulsa.
Score sheet, you go to him and you leave other guys open, but a chance to maybe add an assist here.
Is that what it's for? Goal! Katie called it. Goal by Nicky Hernandez. He's going to celebrate with his teammates. Another shot that was ricocheted off a couple of Locos defenders is going to be a successful goal.
Hunga takes the long way, the scenic route on the outside of the pitch. Still with it. Wilson wants it, gets it. Peter Wilson! A golden goal for Peter Wilson! Your Golden Boot winner in 2025! Johnny Rodriguez trying to weave through. This ball played in behind. Malongo. Malongo gets the shot away and scores! Mayele Malongo with the equalizer, 1-1 here in Seaside.
They can snake one and end up a little bit higher in the standings. It was right there for the taking. The follow is there. And Miami has found a way 86 minutes into the game.
Well, that was worth staying up for.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm back at my hometown of Hamtramck under the bright, beautiful lights. And unfortunately, I overslept after the game ended. So,
well,
they're all bad.
Well, we owe a bit of thanks. Let's see here. I'm going back. Yes, I am going back. Okay. So we owe a huge debt of gratitude this time to one Usman Cilia.
the guy who knocked out a couple teams, and it was shattered dreams for Indy 11 as he beat Indy 11 to send us to the playoffs for the fourth straight year. Every year we've been into the USLC.
Every year we've been in the championship, we've made the playoffs. And, I mean, some teams, you look at the teams that are in there consistently, like a Louisville or, Charleston didn't make it a few years back, and they just got back into the playoffs. Sacramento would be another team that makes it pretty much every year. Tampa Bay, they were a team that usually made it every year until, well, we took care of business with them tonight. But for the most part, you just look at it and you have to appreciate what you have right now. And I know from what I'm reading from like the Faithful page and whatnot, people are, a little, some people are optimistic, some people are skeptical. And, some people, they're not happy with the fact that, okay, we made the playoffs, big deal. What did you do in the regular season?
Yeah, you're right about that. We're now going to have to face off against a team and a place that, let me tell you, ever since we got into the championship, trying to get a W, 3 points, had never been easy. Louisville.
I've been in that building a couple times myself, and the 2 times I've been there, bourbon's nice.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. The bourbon's nice.
Okay, I don't drink alcohol, so.
Yeah, it is a house of horrors.
Considering it's nearby the Kentucky Derby, so I haven't been to a racetrack since both Northville and Hazel Park closed. So
I haven't been to a racetrack since DRC.
That's
how much
race course. I remember it well, literally.
Yeah, that's dating myself, But Louisville. What can you say? What can you say about them? What can you not say about them? The fact that they have been the standard bearer, even though they haven't won a championship since 2018, and when we talk about this game next week, we're gonna put that out there again. Despite whatever else has happened over the years, ever since 2018, Louisville City has not gotten it done. They have not gotten that third star. They can win all the Players' Shields they want. They can win all the the conference regular season titles that they want. The main thing is they got to get to that championship game. They did once in the last 4 years, but they got beat by a very, very talented San Antonio squad back in 2023.
I know, and last year
I should say. I'll take that back. Yeah.
And by the way, last year was a rare miss for them because they didn't reach the conference final the first time in almost 8 years. So
yeah, Rhode Island knocked them out,
which surprised everybody. Which was double surprise when they knocked out Charlottesville.
Absolutely, and until I'd grant you, it's going to be very hard to pick Detroit City there on next week. But you're facing a team that can, like I said, they've only lost. I don't think they've lost many. I think they've only lost once at home.
They lost once the entire regular season, which is amazing. It would put them like all the English team that have won unbeaten for the season. Remember Chelsea? You remember that other team? I'm sorry, my mind is racing because I fell asleep. My apologies.
No worries. They have not lost a game at home. 12 wins, 3 draws.
I know.
Unbeaten at home.
Oh, brother.
And let me look at the Jägermeister Cup, even though it doesn't really count. Yeah, I'm beaten in that as well. So they haven't lost a game at home all year.
I know. That's going to be a tall task trying to get a W there. A tall task.
A very tall task. I mean, the way they played them, I want to say a few weeks back at Keyworth, when when Louisville came in, gave us that 15 minutes of hell, and then for the rest of the game, I don't know if they were laying off. Detroit City seemed to pressure them more. We played one of our better games that day. However, we weren't able to get it into the back of the net.
No, and that's the big thing. You're not at Keyword. Your home fans are. I don't know how far from Detroit to Louisville. About
6 hour drive.
I know, 6 hour drive. Yeah, you're far away from Keyword. Now you are gonna have to play in a place which you haven't won yet. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and it's demons are made to be slayed. And there's always that David and Goliath factor when it comes to anything in sports. We witnessed that a couple years ago.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Miracle when Dominic Grasco scored during a bunch of deflection, and it happened. It happened. So one goal could bring magic. Who knows?
And one goal may be all it takes to bring that magic. So we shall see what will come of it.
This is the reason why playoff soccer is so great, and I hope we kind of preserve it once we set up this whole Division 1 thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to see it where where it gets more exciting towards the end of the year and all that stuff. And it's not so much, being in a playoff to stay alive in your division, but more or less be in a playoff to, actually move up a division type deal. Say like, which would be interesting, and that'd be more, because right now, I mean, 30 games, 34 games, what have you, it's still a long haul. And then you top it off with possibly playing 4 more games on top of that. You're playing 38 games in a season, not counting the Open Cup games that you played. It still makes for a long season.
The Jägermeister Cup game.
I was counting the Jägermeister Cup games. So, and even the extra, like teams like Hartford, for example, they played 3 extra games this year.
I know, because they went to the finals and they won silverware for the first time.
Yeah, Hartford and Sacramento both, played 3 extra games because of that. All right, one more time before we head off to the night.
By the way, before we say who are the other playoff matches, because remember I was supposed to write them down before all nature happens, me falling asleep. Who are the other matchups in the East?
Okay, so we have Charleston Battery taking on Rhode Island FC.
That was what we were trying to battle, but oh my, Rhode Island.
They get to play the 2:00 game next Sunday.
I know. We'll be worried about the Minnesota Vikings next week. Thank God.
Right.
By the way, time for Detroit City against Louisville tomorrow after the match.
We'll probably know more. Okay. And of course, we'll bring it up on Wednesday when we do our playoff preview. North Carolina will be taking on Loudoun.
Oh my, that's very interesting.
Because the two teams played today, and guess what happened? That was a 1-0 victory for North Carolina.
Okay, and the last
matchup.
And
Loudoun now has to travel there.
Yeah, and the last matchup by process elimination, considering how the last game ended up, Pittsburgh against Hartford. Oh my.
Yeah, very interesting situation there. Pittsburgh now with the acting head coach taking on Hartford, and of course we all know about that incident that occurred a few weeks back involving one Danny Griffin.
I know, that was very ugly, and now they have to face off in the playoffs.
I believe in the same stadium.
Yeah, Hartford.
I think that occurred at Trinity Health Stadium.
I know. Let's hope everybody is on their best behavior. We'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we'll
But
we'll break that down on Wednesday. And then real quick, let's go through the West.
Okay.
So we have SC Tulsa taking on the defending champion Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Orange County with that victory leapfrogs Colorado Springs, and they will take on New Mexico United at the Lab.
Okay.
Sacramento Republic will take on San Antonio FC, and then El Paso takes on Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising, despite despite drawing to Pittsburgh tonight, ends up dropping a spot. Even with El Paso losing to San Antonio tonight, 5-2, they still managed to get the fourth spot.
The oddball team that gone poof was the team that was not supposed to be in that conference because of for alignments and all that. Lexington. So.
Oh yeah.
They're gone.
Oh yeah. We have a couple people, and before we go,
okay,
we have to say goodbye to two teams. First off,
okay,
let's say goodbye to our nemesis to the south.
Indy 11. You are a very tough cookie to beat. You know what I mean? But this year, you're kind of off, unfortunately. Sometimes you win your game. Sometimes you don't win your. Oh, brother, I'm sorry. This is a problem of lack of sleep. Oh my! But unfortunately, you may have been cursed by that burial ground. Unfortunately, the old saying: unleash the curse, you get cursed. And unfortunately, it kind of hit you. We battled you. We thought we got rid of you, but unfortunately, it sort of like the cat came back. But unfortunately, there was no magical to save you. So with 36 or 77 points. I'm sorry, my brain bot says you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
They finished with 35 points.
35 points.
Yep, 35 points with the loss tonight. So
your assessment of the Indy 11 Madcap after doing that, I'll give my car on the last team out. So
yeah,
Indy 11.
The next one, of course, thanks to the the Golden Boot winner, Mr. Wilson from Oakland, pretty much put the nail of that coffin. First year team.
Well, Lexington FC, I admit, you had a great season. Congratulations on surviving, not being members of the Eastern Conference, but the Western Conference because of a lot of realignment. You surprised everybody, but a few weeks ago, you were on the top echelon. Unfortunately, we couldn't see anybody with the feathers, and now you are out at ninth place and done. Unfortunately, it would have been better if you were in the Eastern Conference. You would still have made it, but unfortunately, there are a lot of great teams smacking each other, and then you got a couple of fatal smacks. So you're ninth place, and I'm sorry to say, not bad, but Lexington FC, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Actually, they would have finished ahead of the Indy 11.
Oh, and out of the playoffs?
Yes.
Still?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yes,
Oh, brother, on bar. Well, they have a great first season.
And the Antonio Nocerino wooden spoon officially goes to thanks to Las Vegas's draw tonight with Monterey Bay. Birmingham Legion will be the recipient of this year's Antonio Nocerino wooden spoon.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had a tough start to their season. The match between Roma Donis and Danny Trejo didn't work. Trejo transferred from Birmingham to Oakland for the end of the season, and Mark Bridge, I'm sorry you had to be stuck there, but hey, 2026 is around the corner.
Yep, and our condolences to Kaylor Hodges for from the USL show. That's his team, and hate to bestow this honor on you, for the for this, but it was a doomed season from the get go when they lost Sane, or they sacked him, the longtime coach of the club. Then they brought in Mark Briggs to think that he would right the ship, and it never really got going.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So
Mark Bridges, he got stuck in a difficult situation, came back a little too soon, but hey, they're 2026. Time to start planning. Yeah.
sounds like a old from the penthouse to the outhouse type situation. He was at a high with Sacramento, and now he goes to the depths of the USL Championship with Birmingham.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of P. Wilson, I saw when I was following the scores, when I saw P. Wilson, when I saw the video, congratulations, considering that Cal Jennings scored a goal from the spot, considering half his all were from the spot this year. And he led the golden goal rate throughout the season until Pete Wilson, he got hot.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did indeed. And congratulations to him on winning that golden boot for the year. Damian Laz, that was no brainer as far as the golden glove goes. And I think Juan David Torres may have gotten the golden playmaker.
Oh yes,
I think.
But the golden goal, let me tell you, when Pete Wilson scored it and celebrated with the fans, he not only won the golden boot, he knocked out Lexington, knockout. Oh my. It was just a celebratory. So congratulations. And by the way, I have it in my notes, the first player from a non-MLS team, if I could find my notes, since 2022 when there were two teams that shared. I know Aaron Molloy, who did play for Memphis 901 FC, went to the playoffs. The guy he played for Orange County in 2022, he tied with 22 points and didn't go to the playoffs that year. So
interesting there. I was looking up the golden playmaker. None of these three were involved tonight in any of the goals, I believe. So let me double check that. Well, Hope Avaveo didn't get an assist today, obviously, because it was a 0-0 draw. That's
the name here, Milan Ikotic, who is now playing for the Philadelphia Union in the Other League. He had 22 in 2022, believe it or not.
Let's see who got the assist on Williams' goal here. Aiden Quinn.
Okay.
He's your golden playmaker.
I know.
He gets the golden he gets the golden playmaker award for getting the assists on Romario Williams' goal in tonight's game against Orange County. So at least they got something.
I know.
They got something.
Well, it should be fun on Wednesday. We're gonna calm our collected heads. We'll reconvene for an all USL music, including an assessment of what happened on Saturday, then the playoffs, and unfortunately, if you still have the graphic, I'll probably look at our predictions. What came true?
Oh yes.
Oh my.
Yes, I do still have the graphic. Yes, I will be pulling it out Wednesday for sure. And we're going to look at it one more time.
Yes, we're going to update reality from fantasy as, quote, the Don King-like character in Rocky 4. Or was it 5? There have been so many Rocky movies I lost.
I think it was Rocky 5.
Yes, we're going to talk about reality and fantasy, as you know, but oh, brother, our predictions look dumb now today than we did back in March of 2024, 2025, excuse me.
Way back in March.
By
Let's
the
just
way,
put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, sorry for the delay. I overslept and I said 1 o'clock. I hope he. Oh my god! But thank you very much for doing this. This has been so much fun, and we'll talk how we're going to do it playoff. Especially Detroit City is in the playoff. We're going to talk about that next Saturday. Hopefully in the clubhouse. Hopefully our schedule don't clash, or you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on doing a marathon like I did today. So, as far as
I'm sorry I added an extra hour. You know, so let
hey,
me tell you.
not to worry there, but it's been a long haul today, especially watching all these games and and all that stuff. I mean, good day of soccer, good Judgment Day, and now we move on to the playoffs, and 16 teams enter, one team holds that trophy, and we'll start.
At the end of November, we got all the paperweight out of the way, and anyway, at the end of the week of Slink, when the last player leaves, it's now on.
Yep, it's on. It is. The fun begins next Saturday, November 1st.
I know. And almost every hour podcast USL All Access. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
We break it down Wednesday on the music.
Okay, and it's gonna be a long show, 7 to 8 matches. We're gonna preview City against Louisville on Soccer Night Detroit next Saturday.
Actually,
night.
we're gonna do all 8.
All 8, okay.
Yeah, we'll do all 8. We'll have our own special preview of the game. Obviously, we'll break it down more. We'll probably do a little bit of a mini breakdown of Louisville, Detroit. As far as our preview goes, and then we'll talk about other things in the USL as well. So,
and we'll make our predictions. Who will make the final?
Yep.
Who knows? Let's hope it's not.
We'll do our own bracket. We'll do our own version of bracketology.
Yes, I hope it's not more embarrassing like the preseason predictions we did. So it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So it's great to be on this ride with you. Let's just put.
Thank you very much. Like I said, I signed up following the team during the short season, and this is going to be my 4th season of following almost everything. So.
So, yep, looking forward to it.
Hey, Mike, one more credit. Mike O'Hara and Kurt Sylvester, 2 legendary columnists who covered the Lions during their long range as writers. Hey, they're in for the long haul. So you have to give credit to them for what
absolutely.
we do.
Especially Mike O'Hara. I think he's still with the team.
Yeah, I think he retired a couple of years ago, but hey, they're a legend.
He might have, yeah.
I know.
Because I know he ended up working with the club itself.
I know.
Doing media that way. So, But
by the way, if they ever win the Super Bowl, we'll think about them because they wrote about some good teams and some horrible teams. So
absolutely.
I know.
Yep. We've been on this ride, and we're going to keep on keeping on. We're going a little long tonight here on After Hours, but you know what?
Because I overslept on my part. Sorry.
That's all right. But you know what? The bottom line is Detroit City's in. Our next opponent is Louisville next Saturday.
Yeah, say your prayers for next week. Eat your vitamins, and I don't know.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, whatever it is, whatever that that yellow shirted guy said.
Yeah, that guy. I know.
Yeah, that guy. I won't name his name, and I won't. We'll leave it at that. Anywho, for Steve, back at home in Hamtramck.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, and although there's no Lions football, please be nice to each other. Thank you very much, Matt Cal. See you next week.
And I will see you on Wednesday as we break down these playoffs. Make sure you like, subscribe, throw a comment in there once in a while as well if you want to, if you like what we're doing and stuff like that. If you have a question to ask us, feel free to ask us as well. So Please do that. Help that algorithm going. And until we meet again, folks, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.